Rural Radio.
How do you think labels would get involved in a world where artists have their own money, their own digital money?
At the start, they won't. Labels at the start of streaming weren't involved. The contracts did not talk about streaming equivalents. And then all of a sudden people started to be like, oh, well, CD sales and digital downloads from iTunes are now being cannibalized by this marketplace created by these people from Sweden. So we better start putting that in the contract, right? They weren't like thinking about it yet. And there's going to be a period of time again when an artist is going to find opportunity and the label will be somewhat boxed out from it. But then it'll probably quicker this time around become part of become a negotiating position and standpoint. For instance, part of a standard, not necessarily standard, but part of a label contract is called ancillary, otherwise sometimes known as 360 rights. And that's when the label basically says, we're going to invest all these human resources and all this overhead, which costs a lot of money, plus actual cash for you to put in your pocket, plus actual cash to market you and move you around the world, the country. And in exchange, not only are your songs going to consume, right? They're going to sell, but in this case, it's stream really. But you're going to get other opportunities. And it's going to be all as a result of this holistic movement. So therefore, we want to participate. And they don't participate in as high of a percentage as they may in the recorded music stuff that they, release for you. But they might participate in your, the growth of your currency or your currency, they might hold some of your currency. Thinking you had one or two steps, they might be required to own some of your currency to do the deal. The artist might say, all right, you're going to give me this much cash, but some of it's going to come in the form of a wire transfer, but some of it's going to become in the form of you buying, some of my treasury coins, like coins that I've, held back for this type of opportunity. And then not only does the artist get the money that they would from the regular wire transfer, they would also have a very highly vested owner. An owner with a highly vested interest, or a partner with a highly vested interest than they would otherwise traditionally. And that could be a very interesting negotiating point, because I'd like to think that if you're an artist that signs to a partner that you believe in, that you like, that you would want them to have that. And if they're going to pay for it from you or buy it from you, then that's all the better.
Interesting. Okay. So you think in the beginning, similar to streaming, labels won't have a clue what's going on. No. They'll see something pop. Then they'll want to get involved. And then you think they should be active participants or holders in their artist currency?
Again, my mind is thinking about the potential negative downside to this blowing up or something. I don't know. I don't know that they want to be a participant yet, because it's not a world they understand and they're not building this for you. But fast forward, however long that takes, and assuming it's all worked out and it's all well understood and there's safeguards against certain things, then they would totally want to help you build that. When an artist comes to a label and doesn't have a YouTube page, the label, without blinking an eye, sets them up with the YouTube page, and puts together a plan to help them build it. Not because they're going to make a whole ton of money off of the vlog video you just put out or the non-music related content piece you just put out, but because they understand that builds fan engagement and that they're going to need it. So if this builds fan engagement, if this builds clout, if this builds status and wealth, maybe, then they're going to want to make sure that you have it buttoned up. And there's going to be obviously service providers for that, agencies and such.